Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Carol. If you guys are new here, please make sure you subscribe. So today I have a really exciting video. I'm going to be reviewing the Rare Beauty new Soft Pinch Liquid Contours. So I had to read that off my phone because it's a lot to say, guys. But I'm really excited to try them because I love Rare Beauty and I also love Selena Gomez. So my review might be a tiny bit biased, but I do have to make a disclaimer that I did receive these products in PR, so I didn't buy them myself. But either way, I'm gonna do my best to give you guys my most honest review and opinions. And this is the packaging. It's so nice. Rare Beauty always has the most classy and chic PR packages, and it also has this little thing that you can untie. I'm sure this has a name, but I don't know what that name is right now. So let's just go ahead and open it. I already saw it because, guys, I just had to see it. I was really excited to get it. I was gonna buy the contour by itself, but I had a feeling that I would get it in PR, so I did want to wait a little bit. So this is what it looks like from the inside. Very nice, very pretty. I love the little, like, these little booklets that PR comes with. In their campaign, they had a few influencers. I really like this lady right here. I watch her TikToks all of the time. I just love her like content with her family and her kids. And these are the shades of the new Soft Pinch Liquid Contour, and the contour is $28. Okay, let me show you guys the actual package because I know that's probably the most exciting. So it has this cutout and then it reveals the 3 contour shades, which are really nice. These are 3 that they picked out for me, but I believe there's, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades. I'm not 100% sure if that's a good range, but I'm excited to see other beauty content creators give their review, especially like on different skin tones. I really like Glorilla. I think that's her name, yeah. And I'm excited to see her review because I feel like she always puts brands in their place, because why are they not making like more shades? And they've been making makeup products forever, so like it's about time that, you know, they get it together and make more shades for everybody to try and everybody to feel included. And these are some of their blushes. I feel like these aren't new, and these are some of their Luminizers. I've tried the blushes many times, and you guys probably already know that I love them. I use them all the time in my makeup videos, like on TikTok, and then I'm sure you guys see them like everywhere in different tutorials because they're so good. They're so pigmented, and a little bit goes a long way. I've also I have tried the Positive Light liquid luminizers, but in the tiny version. Once they sent me this cute little bag, guys, and it had a bunch of the mini like luminizers and also the blushes. So, but either way, I haven't tried the luminizers that many times, if I'm being honest. And then it also came with this really nice brush that they've already sent me, so I know that it's a good one. Let me see. Okay, the brush comes kind of like angled like this. I'm not sure if there's like a name for it, but I also really like that it kind of has like a lot of hairs at the bottom, and then at the top it gets like more like sparse or something. I don't know, but I feel like the brush is really nice and it really helps blend your blush, especially because it's kind of like smallish, and you guys will see. You guys will see. So I feel like we should just get into the review. I'm gonna put my primer on and my foundation here on camera. I might not be talking just so we can get to the review part. Today I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. This is in the shade 2 and 22. I feel like it's going to go really good with the liquid contours and then the liquid blushes. And I'm going to be using this brush from Ducare. This is the number 03 brush, and it's just a flat kabuki brush. As you guys can see, this foundation is really nice and full coverage. I don't want to talk too much about the foundation and the other products that I'm going to use for my base routine, just to focus the attention on the new liquid contours that I will be reviewing. So I already have my foundation on. Now I'm going to contour, and I'm going to be using the shade Serene. I really like my contour warm and dark, so I'm not a big fan of cool tones. I just feel like I look kind of sad when I use a cool tone bronzer. I'm also not a big fan of it because I feel like I look a little like ashy, like a little dirty. I don't know. I just feel like warm tones complement me more. This is the shade that I'll be using. I'm gonna do 3 dots, and I'll be using the brush that it came with, that the package had. And then since I have another brush of these, I'll be using that one for my blush. Okay, so far I feel like I need a little bit more. I do like a heavier like contour, just because I use a lot of concealer, and then I also use a lot of powders, so I will be going a little bit heavier with the contour. So far, very blendable. I kind of wish I used a more glowy foundation, just because my skin right now, it's kind of going through it, guys. I will say my skin, as you guys can see, is acne prone. I have a lot of texture, and it's a little bit dry because I use a lot of like acne products, so just keep that in mind. It does blend really nice, but some parts probably won't blend as nice as if you had like perfect, clear, smooth skin. But this is an honest review, and I'm sure this will be helpful for other girls who also have acne or just texture or different like conditions in their skin. But so far so good. I really like this shade. I feel like this shade is similar to other shades that I use in like other brands, so that's a good thing. I'm just gonna keep blending here on my forehead. On my forehead I don't do too much, just because I like the focus to be kind of on my cheeks. So I think it's blending really nice. This brush, it just helps so much just because of the size, and I think it's perfect for people who have small foreheads too. The only thing that I'm a little bit worried about is the size of the applicator for my nose contour, because I like for the applicator to be so small that I can really make like the perfect lines, but I might just have to angle it a bit, and that's just no big deal. But as you guys can see, it's a bit big for the nose. My nose isn't that small, but either way I feel like it's a bit big, but no biggie as long as the product performs good. So I'm just going to blend out this contour. I feel like I applied too much, but just because of the size of the applicator. But I think it's blending really nice and good. It doesn't look harsh at all, and it's just blending away seamlessly. I did want to read a few things that came in the little booklet that they sent with the products. So it says that it doesn't disturb makeup underneath, it layers well under and over makeup, it glides smoothly, and the applicator makes it easy to apply. They also said the formula is pigmented, a little goes a long way. As you guys can see, that is true. And then it also says that it never looks cakey. It has like percentages here, but I just didn't want to read those because they're pretty close to 100, guys. I do think a lot of these claims are true just because I've already tried the blush, and I don't know if I mentioned that the soft pinch liquid contours are $28. So I think that's really good because of the size of the product. You do get a lot of product, guys. I feel like I would never run out of my Rare Beauty blushes, so now you can imagine how you would run out of your contour. I mean, you do use contour a lot more, like a lot more of it, but I feel like it's the same thing. You won't run out that quickly, and as you guys can see, it's like twice the size. The blush is twice the size of the contour, which I think it's great. I also really like how big it is and how comfortable it is in your hands. I also wanted to touch on that, so I'm sorry I'm getting a little bit like sidetracked, I guess, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the brand. So Rare Beauty has a Rare Impact Fund, and basically what it is a fund for mental health for the community, employees, partners around the world. It focuses on mental health and self-acceptance. So I think that's really amazing, especially because I struggle with anxiety, and I feel like there isn't a lot of resources for people who are experiencing, you know, mental health problems, especially with the world how it is, and like, you know, we all deal with different traumas from our life and stuff, and I just feel like not a lot of beauty brands do these type of things. Like, I haven't heard of other brands who have a fund especially for mental health. And then I also really like that 1% of all of their sales go to support mental health. And I also really like that they have a little bubble on their Instagram that has the title LA Fire Relief, and these are just some resources for people who are, you know, going through the LA fires and were impacted from that. So I really like the brand and everything that they stand for. Besides the products, they are so good. I also really like that they have other initiatives to help our community. And then you guys probably don't know, or I don't know if you guys know, but I do want to talk about it too, that a lot of their products that have this little ball are actually for people who have different conditions. So they promise to be accessible and inclusive, so that's why their packaging is built like this. And I'm a really big fan of it because I know a lot of people struggle with arthritis and have different conditions where they can't really grab onto products the same way somebody who doesn't have, you know, conditions or health issues would. So I really like that. You could really grab it any way if you had, like, you know, a certain condition. I just love when brands care for people and they just make their products accessible to everybody, especially people who have health conditions. Like, I've never seen that before, so I think it's really great. But let's continue with the video. I know you guys are here for the contour review, so I am gonna contour a little bit underneath my chin, just a little bit, because sometimes I do go a little bit overboard and then I end up with a really dark neck or like a little line. So just a little bit, because a little bit does go a long way. And so far, very blendable. I feel like it looks really nice and glowy on the skin. I do feel like my skin is a little bit dry right now. And also the foundation, it's supposed to be satin, but I feel like this brings the light back to a satin foundation or even a matte foundation. So I feel like I might as well give y'all a review on the liquid blushes from Rare Beauty, just because they did send them to me. I'm using the shade Happy. I'm using different shades than the ones that they sent me, just because I might give these away to like my friends or my family. So just not to be wasteful, I'm using a blush that I already had, and I'm gonna be using the same brush that I just used from Rare Beauty, but just like a different one, like a clean one. I'm just blending it. I like to blend all of my products with like little tapping motions. And that's really pretty right there. Like, you could stop there, but I'm gonna add a little bit more because I like a little bit more drama. And as you guys can see, they're very, very pigmented. I would only do one dot if I was doing a more natural makeup look, or if I was doing makeup on a client and they like subtle makeup. So this is where 3 dots will take you, which I feel like might be a lot for people already. And this is what like 6 dots will get you. Also, what's going to tone it down is when I put concealer underneath my eyes, because I do blend it down pretty low. So don't be scared if you put too much on. You could always fix it with concealer. Sometimes I like to do blush before concealer, and other times I do it after. And I'm putting a little bit on my nose, just whatever's left on the brush. And then I like to put some on my forehead, just a little bit. I feel like this just makes everything look cohesive when we blush naturally. From what I've seen, we also blush in other areas of our face. So I'm gonna say it looks more natural to put blush everywhere, but obviously there's nothing natural about this look. For my concealer, I'm gonna be using this one from Giorgio Armani, just to brighten underneath my eye. And then I'll also do like the high points of my face, so in the middle of my forehead, on the bridge of my nose, right here underneath my nose, and on my chin. And with this other concealer from NARS, this one's a tiny bit darker. This is their Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Medium 1.5 Macadamia. I'm gonna put this one underneath where I contoured and where my blush is at. Also, as you can see, guys, the contour blends really nice into the blush. I feel like because they're the same formula, most likely they work really good together, and it just looks really nice and seamless, kind of like what they were promising on the little booklet that they sent me. So I'm just gonna blend out my concealer with this little sponge right here around my nose. I kind of try and make a little line just to keep that nose contour pretty sharp. So I try to be really careful when I'm blending underneath my eyes, just so I can keep most of the contour, and I won't like blend it out completely, because you can blend it out also because the concealer is so light. And if you do blend it out, that's no big deal. You can always go back and add a little bit more contour, which I often do because I'd be getting carried away with the blending. So after I'm done with my cream products, I now use all of my powders, but today I'm gonna use the Luminizer. I've seen people use it after their powders, but I feel like that makes my makeup look a little bit cakey. So I'm just gonna use it now as I would use regular highlighter. I'm gonna do 3 dots on my cheeks and 3 dots on my nose, I guess. I was gonna do my forehead, but no, I don't do my forehead. And then I like to highlight a little bit on my cupid's bow, and I'm just gonna blend that maybe with the same little sponge. I actually have a few bad experiences with liquid luminizers because I feel like they separate my foundation or my concealer, so that's why I haven't tried this one too many times, even though I have it in the mini version. But I don't see that happening today. which is surprising, guys, because I didn't have much faith in the luminizers, but I think something's going on. Okay, so right here, I'm not sure if it's because my face is a little bit dry in different areas, but it's not blending as nicely right here. You could kind of see where I like dotted the luminizer, so I'm not happy about that, but I'm gonna try and put a little bit more to see if I can like save that. I can fix that. Okay, so I feel like it looks a little patchy. Let's see about my nose. Okay, so what I'm getting is that it dries pretty fast, so you have to work with it. I guess as soon as you put it on, it's probably best to start working it into your skin and blending it out. Maybe with your hand it works better, since, you know, it warms up the product, because I feel like that kind of fixed my nose area. This cheek looks nice, but this one, it just looks a tiny bit patchy right here, like at the top of my cheekbone. I think that's fixing it, guys. Okay, so you might just need to use your finger and not a sponge so it doesn't soak up the product. I didn't think about that, just because I wanted to blend it out like if it was blush or any other product, but that might be the key. So now I'm just going to blend a little bit underneath my eye and start layering my powders. Underneath my eye, I'm using this Hourglass Veil powder. I feel like it's really nice and lightweight. This won't make your under eyes look cakey at all, and it's also not too heavy. I mean, it's not heavy at all, it's just that I put a lot on this side. We can always blend it, and this is a translucent powder. I really like this powder for when my skin is dry, or when I have clients and they have dry skin, or also on mature skin. This powder looks really good. I'm trying my best not to talk about other products, but guys, I just have to, because I just have to. I decided I'm gonna set my entire face with this powder just because I feel like my skin is a little too dry. So this might be better than putting a lot of powder, and then you won't get to see the glow that I have going on from the luminizer. And then also the blush is pretty like glowy, even though they don't promote it as that or advertise it as, you know, a glowy blush. I feel like it just gives a really nice glow, maybe just because it's liquid. And since I have like a silverish like shimmer shade on my eyelid, I'm gonna use this silver shade highlighter from Rare Beauty. This is their Enlighten highlighter, and mine's a little bit broken, guys. I did try to fix it, but it just came out kind of ugly. That's the only thing that I have to say about Rare Beauty. If I had one thing, like one bad thing to say, is that their highlighters are so fragile, guys. But I can't even complain, because I feel like something about the formula of the powders and them being this pigmented and pretty and luminizing, that they just have to be that fragile. They're not like as compact, I'm guessing. I don't know much about like how the products are made or anything like that, but just from my imagination, I guess, I feel like they have to be this way. And if they switch the formula or something, I feel like they might not be as good. So I don't like that they break, but I'll take it if they look this good. And I'm just highlighting on the high points of my face. I like a lot of highlighter. I don't care. I'm stuck in 2016 makeup era. I'm pretty much done with my base routine. I'm just gonna use this setting spray. This is the Grip Set and Refresh spray from Milk Makeup. This one is really good for dry skin. I feel like it makes my skin look really glowy even when I'm not wearing makeup. Sometimes I'll use this to go to the gym. Just this, maybe a little bit concealer, a little bit of mascara, and then I'll be good to go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spray that just a few times. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lip combo and finish off my eye look, and I'll be right back to give you guys my final review, my final opinion, and just so you can see the full base routine and just my full glam, guys. So I'm back with my full face done. I did a little cute lip combo, and then I already had my eyeshadow done. I will link the tutorial down below because I recorded for Instagram and TikTok, but just so you guys don't go looking too much, I'm just gonna let you know what I used for my lip combo today. So I used this Buxom lip liner in Savvy Sienna. This is their Powerline Plumping lip liners, and I really like them because they have this little brush, so it's really nice to blend out the lip liner. And then for my like lip shade, I guess, I used this tinted lip oil from Rare Beauty in the shade Serenity. I really like this shade. I feel like it's really kind of matches like my real lip color, so I feel like it's really natural, really lightweight, and then it has a little bit of a cooling effect, so I feel like it kind of plumps your lips just a little bit. But that's all for my makeup routine. I am gonna zoom you guys in so you can see how the products are looking. I feel like they look really nice. Keep in mind that my skin is textured, so if your skin is super flawless, just imagine how much better it's gonna perform on your skin. I don't have anything bad to say about the contour, but the only thing that has me a little bit iffy is the luminizer. I just feel like it didn't blend as good on this side. I feel like now it looks good because I added the powder highlighter, but if it was on its own, I feel like it wouldn't look as nice, if I'm being honest. I don't like how it emphasizes my texture here on my cheekbone, and then I also don't like that it gets patchy and moves any product that's underneath, like my concealer, my foundation, or even a little bit of blush, because if it did like take off my foundation or concealer, it would be pretty hard to, you know, try and fix that. So I am not a big fan of the luminizer, but if you guys have any tips on what I can do to get the product to work for me, then I would love to hear them, because I love most of their products are so good, most of the ones that I have tried. So I do want to love the luminizer. Maybe I need to give it a little bit like more chances, but that is my honest review, guys. I think the contour blended really nice and effortlessly, as you guys can see. No harsh lines, it doesn't look muddy, it doesn't look cakey, and obviously it works wonderful with the blush. I love the Rare Beauty blushes. I can rave about them all day long because they're so good, they're so pigmented. I will say, if you're on a budget, I know not everybody can afford high-end makeup, but if you're on a budget, I would recommend buying the little kits, because I've seen some that come with either 2 little mini blushes and then maybe a highlighter. I feel like that gives you like a good chance to try different shades, and maybe like at a fraction of the price. I'm not sure how much the kit is, but I feel like it would be a lot cheaper than a full-size product, and I just think that's a really good deal, and it helps you try the product at least, even though it's mini. And if I'm being honest, guys, none of my Rare Beauty blushes are going empty anytime soon. I know I have a bunch of blushes, right? So obviously they're gonna last more on me than the average person, but I've never seen anybody like show the tube empty at all, or even scrape it to get product out of it. So I feel like this is a good investment when it comes to high-end makeup, and I would purchase it even if I was on a budget, just because they have great values behind the brand. They have really good like things that they support, and I just love everything about Rare Beauty, if I'm being honest. I also have the Rare Beauty pressed powders. I did want to use them in this video, but I kind of want to make a little review on my TikTok, so stay tuned for that, because I do want to review them on there. They look really nice, and I just feel like I'm gonna love those too. But yeah guys, this is my honest review. I hope you guys like this video. I think my base routine looks really snatched and good, very natural and glowy, as natural as I could possibly be, guys. But I think it looks really pretty. The blush complements this eye look really nicely, and I have nothing else to say, guys. You guys can always see it for yourself. I feel like if the product wasn't good, then you guys would see that it looks muddy on my face, but it doesn't. And another way that you can see that I'm not lying is that you guys will probably be seeing this contour on a lot of my little tutorials on Instagram and TikTok. So I give the contour a 10 out of 10, I want to say, or maybe like a 9.5 out of 10, because I would like to see other creators with darker complexions try it, and then also give their opinion on the shade range, because that's something that I like to pay attention to, because I have a lot of supporters and friends who have darker complexions, and I want to make sure that they're able to use a lot of the products that I use, you know. So I will be on the lookout for the reviews on darker complexions, so I can give it a 10 out of 10. But for now it's a 9.5 out of 10, because I'm not sure about the range. I would say it's a good range, but I do feel like it's only a few, so I'm not sure. I feel like there should be more shades in between here, maybe more in between here, because this looks like the same shade as this, you know. But that's just my honest, sincere opinion. Everything else, the blush, it has to get a 10 out of 10. It's too good. And then the liquid luminizer, that one I'm gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10, because it's pretty, it's nice, it's easy to blend, but it just doesn't sit right on my skin, and I don't know why it looks patchy. If I was using the liquid luminizer on its own without like a powder highlighter, that would really ruin my day, guys, because if my makeup starts to look patchy like that and I'm in a rush, I'm never using that product again. But thankfully I am here to review any product, and I usually have enough time to like try and fix anything if anything goes wrong. So that is all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you guys are notified every single time I upload a new video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.